Here are 5 hidden travel fees that you need to watch out for while you're traveling or before you even book your travel. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Number 1 is baggage fees. You will notice anytime that you are looking up airfares and you proceed to check out, you'll notice that towards the end, they will ask you if you have any baggage. And if you do have like 1 or 2 suitcases that you want to check in, you'll see that you are required to pay an additional fee on top of your airfare. And this ranges anywhere from like $25 to $75 depending on which airline you're taking and where you're flying. A good way to hack this and not have to pay for baggage fee, one is to get a good credit card, so a credit card associated with an airline. A lot of times if you do have an airline credit card, they will waive the bag fee, at least for your first check bag. Or the second thing that you can do is look for an airline that will give you free checked baggage regardless of whether or not you have a credit card with them. And an awesome airline that does this is Southwest, where they give you 2 free checked bags. So this is a no-brainer, and it can really result in a large cost savings over time, especially if you're flying with a family or multiple people. This can save you hundreds of dollars to just fly with an airline like Southwest that will let you check in a couple bags for free, or fly with an airline that you hold a credit card for so that you can get at least 1 bag checked in for free. For example, I fly with United a lot and I have their United Explorer card, and so we don't have to worry about baggage whenever we're flying with United. And trust me, it has saved us hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So it is very much so worth it to have a credit card for an airline, especially if you are flying with them a lot. The second hidden travel fee is resort fees. Now, a place that is infamous for hidden resort fees is Hawaii. And honestly, I feel like this is why Hawaii is considered to be such an expensive place. Like, yes, when you go out to restaurants and whatnot, the food is pricier because they have to import everything into the island. But at the end of the day, the hotels can get really expensive. Even though when you are looking them up, they may seem a little like very reasonable or comparable to hotels that you would book somewhere else. But you'll notice that as you go along in the checkout process online for your hotel, you'll notice that they tack on all these different fees. And it's literally like a resort fee, a cleaning fee, the city tourist fee. And this literally can add up to around like $500 to $600 additional dollars. So if you thought you were paying like $1,000 for your hotel for a few nights, no, think again. You're actually paying closer to $1,500 to even closer to $2,000 for those few nights. And that's why I think that it's considered so expensive to stay in Hawaii, because you're literally paying an additional $500 plus or more in hidden resort fees. So anytime you are booking a hotel, especially if it's like a beach holiday and you're staying in a resort type place, make sure that you keep an eye out for those resort fees so that you can accommodate for that within your budget, because that can really set you off budget completely, because $500 is a pretty significant increase. And honestly, sometimes in a place like Hawaii, even Airbnbs will charge you this fee. So again, keep an eye out. Third hidden fee is airline change and cancellation fees. So if you go ahead and book your flight, but then you realize that you booked the wrong dates, or you want to cancel your flight altogether because something happened, before just hitting that cancel button or the reschedule button or whatever it is, make sure that you read into the implications of that. Make sure that you read into what the fees associated with that, because a lot of times if you are trying to rebook your flight for another date because you accidentally booked the wrong dates, they will charge you the difference in flight price, especially if it's a higher price. So make sure that you read between the fine lines, or you call up a customer service agent and ask them exactly what's going to happen if you decide to rebook your flight, if there is going to be a price increase associated with that. Most of the times there will be. And then even if you cancel your flight, there usually is some sort of a cancellation fee associated with it. And you might not know that off the top of your head, or think about it right off the top of your head, because you're trying to cancel your flight. But again, just get on the phone with the customer service agent and ask them to tell you what the policy is. The one caveat to this is, if you just booked your flight, you have 24 hours by law to cancel your flight and get a full refund. So if you just booked your flight and then 15 minutes later you realize you booked the wrong dates, or you need to just cancel it, you actually can't go on those dates, you are allowed to actually cancel the flight completely and not be charged anything. And make sure that you're not charged anything. Make sure they're not giving you some sort of a hidden fee. And if they do, call them and fight it, because by law they are required to give you a full refund if it's within the 24-hour window. If you're getting any value from this video at all, it would really mean a lot to me if you went ahead and hit that red subscribe button. This way you will be notified anytime I upload similar videos. The fourth hidden travel fee is typically travel insurance. Again, you'll notice while you are checking out online, you're proceeding to your checkout of your hotel or your airline ticket, you'll notice that at the end they will ask you if you want to pay an additional like $30, $40, $50 for travel insurance. And they make it sound really scary, like, oh, are you sure that you choose not to click this and you choose not to add travel insurance in case something bad happens and blah, blah, blah. And they kind of, they use the psychology to scare you into being like, oh, shoot, like, I think I do need to get travel insurance and pay the extra $50 because, just in case something happens. You will notice that if you have a good travel credit card, that credit card already comes with travel insurance. So if you have that, plus you are booking travel insurance and paying extra for it while you're booking your flight or your hotel, you're just double paying at that point. So if you don't have a good travel credit card, I understand, that's fine. If you feel more comfortable adding additional money towards travel insurance, like towards buying it, go ahead and do it. That if you feel like there may be a reason why your trip may be canceled or whatever, definitely do it. But if you have a good travel credit card, then just call them up and ask them what their travel insurance policy is. Make yourself aware of it. So that way you're not paying extra money for something that you already have, because this can definitely just tack on to your costs and you didn't even need it to begin with. The fifth hidden travel fee is foreign transaction fees. So what is this? This means most credit cards have a 2 to 3% foreign transaction fee associated with them. This means that if you are out in Paris or let's say Italy and you're sitting at a cafe and you got like 2 croissants and a coffee, maybe it's €7, let's say. Actually, because it's Europe, it'll probably be cheaper. It'll probably be like €5 for all of that, right? You will literally get charged an additional 2 to 3% just for using your credit card to buy those things. So in order to not do this, make sure again that you have a good travel credit card that does not have foreign transaction fees. This way you will just pay for whatever you owe and not tack on that additional 2 to 3% of fees. Now, this can get really sneaky because if you are not aware of whether or not your card does have foreign transaction fees, and say it does, you can be transacting and literally losing hundreds of dollars if you are on a trip just transacting and using your credit card as your primary form of payment everywhere. So the easiest thing to do is, one, call up the credit card that you currently have and ask them if they have foreign transaction fees. And if they say they don't, you're good. But if they say they do, and if you are someone who likes to travel often or you want to do more of it, like international travel, I would highly, highly recommend that you get a travel credit card that does not have any foreign transaction fees. Trust me, this will be so worth it and you will be saving so much money. And if you have absolutely no idea which travel credit card to get or which one is good for this without fees, then that's exactly what I go over in this video right here. So I highly suggest you check that out next, and I will catch you in the next video.